I'm gonna take you back to the past to talk about some channels that suck ass. These are the people who are solely responsible for other people reacting to pornography like this. Yes, today we're going to talk about DeviantArt ranting channels. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Oh, but Rocky, those channels were only around in the mid-2010s. Who cares about that shit anymore? Except, here's where you might be mistaken, right? Well, yes, those channels and videos in particular may not be culturally relevant anymore in and of themselves. At the same time, the ideology that those videos seem to garner are still around and alive and kicking. I'd argue that it's even worse now than it was back then when those videos were still being made. So let's talk about those videos to see where all this fucking lust bullshit started. I may as well talk about DeviantArt Cringe because he's the person that people talk about the most. And in all honesty, I just want to get this person over with because, like I said, he's the one people talk about the most. And in all honesty, he's probably the most tame. So let's begin.
What is up, everyone? I am DeviantArt Cringe, and
Oh yeah, this really was the frickin' mid-2010s, because this was back when everyone thought that they were Keemstar.
What is up, Drama Alert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right.
this is America. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be taking a look at something funny. Oh yes, do you know the new show that's going to be coming to Cartoon Network, Villainous? Oh yes, sadly, like I said, whenever something gets really huge online, it gets a very weird part to its fandom, and this show is, of course, no exception.
Ah, yes, because quote-unquote weird fan art is the worst thing you could possibly see on the internet. There's nothing that's worse online than seeing your favorite characters get fat. I mean, am I right about that, guys? Nothing worse. Nothing at all.
Now witness the brutal cruelties of reality!
Don't look, Charlie! Is this really supposed to be? I mean, I've seen way worse stuff than this on the internet.
Hey guys, I guess that's it.
And take a look at this.
Bro's face makes it look like that Viet goddamn Nam's what happened to him.
Viet goddamn knows what happened! Go get me a beer, bitch!
And the video just kind of goes on like that. He goes on someone's page, sees a character that's fat, and he's all like, oh my god, this is worse than the Holocaust. And then moves on to the next picture, rinse and repeat. I'm not going to go on about this guy because, let's be honest, it's quite formulaic. So let's move on to Solar Sands, who's a little bit more interesting.
Ah, Undertale. Its fame has just begun, and the fandom itself has already turned into an abomination.
You hear that tone in this person's voice? If you ever hear someone who talks like this, run. This is how you know you're dealing with a pseudo-intellectual. And yes, it's more than his tone of voice that makes him a pseudo-intellectual. However, just hearing it just gives me what if alt-hist vibes, which if you don't know, is this person.
Your society is so cognitively a woman that we literally sent you a charming, handsome, 6'4", cook, adventurer, celebrity young man to teach your society wisdom. And his audience is still 96% male, so you're still not grateful as a female society. We normally send some short old guy who wanders around. Rudyard is a gift from God.
While Solar Sands might not be that bad as far as I can tell, at the same time, whenever you hear someone with that type of inflection in their voice, fucking run. Previously, I covered someone else who was a huge fan of What If Alt Hiss, so I'd recommend watching that video in order to see how much worse these types of people can get. And we're just getting started.
My advice is to not get offended or bothered by every piece of garbage you come across. Unless it's inflation porn. That shit is nasty.
Ah, yes, because this is apparently bad, and this is perfectly acceptable. Take notes, guys. Anytime someone says that anything sex related is worse than murder, that's the type of thing that you gotta live with in your mind listening to.
Oh yeah, that's really pleasing to the eye. I hope you are real proud of this one. Ha, great job on the art. Really priceless. Wait. You think that this is priceless? Priceless. This. Priceless. This. Priceless. This. Priceless.
Take it easy, it's just a drawing.
I think when you get that worked up over a drawing because of its pornographic nature, and then you start yelling at people about philosophy just because you feel like it, oh no, not even just because you feel like it, no, because you feel obligated to. It really just goes to show how pathetic you actually are. Oh, and you think that this person is just using hyperbole? Oh no, other than this garbage, this person also makes full on video essays. Oh yes, we're talking about these types of people. The types of people who shove their pseudo intellectual bullshit down your throat in the form of video essays. God help our souls. I'm not going to talk about these because this is the same type of AI generated shit that you see in every other video essay, so I'm just going to leave these be for now. I might make another video in the future talking about these garbage video essays that are made by other people as well, too. But in all honesty, I just want to leave it at, these video essays suck. Okay, let's move on to the next fucking troglodyte. Okay, I'm gonna end the video off with this person because this is the worst person that I remember watching back in the day. And looking back at him now, I think he's even worse looking back at him now than he was back when I used to watch him. Let's begin.
This guy, on the other hand, go Mayu, go Mayu. This guy is, I'm guessing, from Japan. I'm saying this with quotes around it, guessing, because if you look at his gallery, his art isn't really that bad. It's just kind of fucking weird.
So yes, if you haven't noticed, this person has kind of this little English dialect I like to call asshole dialect. How do you do an asshole dialect? Well, let me show you. First, you constantly you laugh at every opportunity you get to see everything as a joke, kind of like this. Hey, so did you know that kind of like that, right? And then you always have to emphasize everything like this. So now you see, this person you see is a you see. So next, you combine the two and you're all like, now you see that this person is kind of weird. You see, and yeah, that's how you get the most piece of shit irritating tone of voice that you could possibly have for dealing with a person like this. Of them being a Republican and a Christian, and boom, you got the worst type of person to ever talk to in the world. If you see anyone who talks like this, either run or block them, depending on the circumstance that you're in.
He draws, little girls with giant knockers, and that's kind of red flaggish in my country, buddy. I don't know if you're actually from Japan or if you're just a f*** in your mother's basement yanking it off to all your pictures every day, but in my country, buddy, if you draw shit like this, you're going to prison for 15 years.
And this is another thing that these people do. They like to act like that these drawings are the same thing as actual CP, but when it comes to actual children, they don't give a shit. They'll harass children all they want. I remember that there was a situation where I noticed that there was a child being harassed, but these people were constantly virtue signaling about, oh, think of the children, oh, look at this media, we need to start a moral panic about it, oh, think of the children, they say as they harass a 16-year-old girl. Like, okay, if you guys really care about children and you talk about making child protection laws, harass children. I'm just gonna say it straight up. Like, if you actually cared about children, you wouldn't be doing that. You know? But hey, whatever. It doesn't matter because what matters at the end of the day is that we gotta protect everyone from these illegal imagery. Wait a minute, if this is illegal, then what is it doing on your screen? Wouldn't it be considered possession of child pornography by your own logic? If you really thought that this was illegal, why are you showing to everyone that you have it on your computer? This is what I like to call a self-admitted pedophile, where by your own logic, you're a pedophile because you say so. Right? Like, think about it, right? This person says, oh, you're a pedophile if you draw this, therefore you should go to jail. Like, dude, you have it on your computer. By your own logic, that makes you like a law-breaking pedophile too. Now, here's the thing, right? I think it's really fucking stupid when people say that, oh, this is just as bad when, like, no one's actually getting harmed. Like, it's a fucking drawing. Chill. Like, the reason why child pornography is illegal in the first place isn't because of the fact that, oh, well, it's a child in porn. No, the reason why is because said children are endangered. Like, seriously, have you ever thought about this? Like, the size of an adult's cock could more likely than not injure a child because it could cause like bleeding and all this shit, right? So really that's why it's illegal because it could do harm, right? Physically, right? So like mental stuff like that's important too, but like it's the physical stuff that I'm more concerned about, right? Now you see, if you're gonna go around, touting out misinformation about how, oh, this is illegal and that's illegal and da 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 da. Well, how'd you feel if you got swatted? Now, guys, don't swat this person. I don't think anyone here should. In a matter of fact, there'd be no reason to because this person doesn't even upload anymore. I literally found this from an archive channel. I don't even think the original channel that this guy had is even around anymore. So please don't swat anyone, all right? But regardless of that, like if by your own logic that this is illegal, you should be in jail too because you have it on your computer. I know I keep saying that a lot, but yeah, like straight up. And even then, how do you know that these characters are quote unquote little girls to begin with? You know what I mean? Like I don't even fucking know. Like this shit fucking hurts my head. And yeah, that's about it for this video. Now, in all seriousness, I just want to say that, when it comes to these channels and their destructive path that they led for society, I just want to say that it's really fucked up seeing how people in the modern day act, talking about how murder should be legal because at least it's not sex, and all this fucking bullshit. Trivializing death and making it into something that should be celebrated as opposed to something that should be feared, like not even just like death, but like murder, But like, no, they say that's good, but pornography in and of itself, no matter what, no matter the circumstance, is bad. And honestly, I think that's fucking stupid. And you know what? I intend on making more videos about this subject because of the fact that I just find it to be a really stupid thing that's like affecting people in a negative way in the real world. And I think something needs to be done about it. So, yeah, we'll see where this goes. All right, see you guys.